the upset. Let's look at the top of the rankings right now and see who the new #1 team in the country is. And it is the reigning national champion Clemson Tigers back on top. Now, one thing, ordinarily I sit here and say it doesn't matter if you're 1, 2, 3, whatever. When you start looking at where Georgia and Auburn are going to be, if Clemson is 1, it's going to send Clemson to New Orleans and send an SEC team to Pasadena if they're 2-3 instead of 4. That could be the interesting part.
I'll tell you, I think this shows you that win against Auburn looked so good now for the Clemson Tigers. And to me, they passed the eye test weekend. And
well, according to the FBI, Clemson has 9 top 40 wins. They love Clemson's resume, the committee that is.
Yeah, as well they should.
Yeah.
I think it's the strongest one. I think their defensive front's the most dominant individual unit in football. You like that. You
love
it, right?
I was going to say,
best athletes on the field.
A bunch of Booger McFarlands up there.
A bunch of them. Just keep rolling them in. Who's behind Clemson at number 2? The Auburn Tigers, after beating Georgia and Alabama, both of whom are ranked #1. One of Auburn's 2 losses coming at the hands of Clemson. Now the Tigers at 2.
They almost had the Stones. They came close. But when you talk about front 4, there has not been a better looking front 4 in these last 3 or 4 weeks than Auburn and what they've been able to do. They held Georgia to 46 yards running
Can they do it again?
football.
Can
and
they
then
do it
shut
again?
down Alabama.
Yep.
Why would you assume they can't?
I'm just saying, they're going to have to do it again.
It didn't look like it was hard the first time.
I'll tell you this, you don't ever say this. Alabama got handled on Saturday. The score was not indicative of how dominant I think Auburn was
so when you say
in that game, and the selection committee is giving them respect for
and the Georgia game, handled. And that's why I say when you look at this Auburn team right now, with the way Stidham is playing right now, in the Clemson game, it looked like he was a freshman. Now he looks like a veteran out there playing. He understands the game, and he understands what his team is bringing to the table.
Now, I think one of the things, when you look at Auburn right now, what about the health of Kerryon Johnson?
Huge.
If they play the way they did the first time, Reese, you or Herbie could play running back, and they'll be okay.
Yeah, it's about that defense stopping Georgia's run game.
Well, you also haven't seen Reese with his outside the tackle speed, which I used to see on Turkey Day Bowl games.
Yes, sir. Yes, I put my foot in the ground.
Don't let him get to the track.
Wow.
At number
Swing
3.
pass monster.
Oklahoma. Hey, think about this. If it were to wind up like this, we've seen Jarrett Stidham against Baker Mayfield before. Jarrett Stidham started the game at Baylor.
But I want to make this point. We're talking a lot about Auburn right now and teams that are peaking and playing their best football. And you talk about who the best 4 teams are. I would argue Oklahoma is peaking right now as well. To me, best offense in the country.
For sure.
Baker Mayfield's the best player in the country. Their defense, we criticized them all year, but I would say their last 3 deservedly so.
Yes.
Their last 3 games, they have gotten better, guys. They're playing with better effort. They showed it against TCU, showed it against West Virginia, albeit Will Greer not in the game. But this is a team, I think, playing its best football of the season.
TCU's defense was able to shut down Oklahoma for a quarter and a half to end that game. It would be interesting. What a terrific matchup. If this stays the way it is, to see that Auburn defense against Baker Mayfield for an entire game would be incredible.
And those 2 teams played in the Sugar Bowl last year, which is where they would play once again. Now, I think this number 4, before we unveil it, this is a little bit interesting, too. If Wisconsin wins, they're going to move up into it, but you might get a hint to what the committee is thinking. Should say Alabama be at number 4 right now.
If Wisconsin's not number 4 right now, I will fall off this chair.
Oh,
now, I've fallen off before.
Please let somebody other than Wisconsin be number 4.
Now let's find out if they have the bonus.
Let's see 4.
The right
it
answer.
is Wisconsin.
That's the right answer.
It is the right answer, but I'm disappointed Joey didn't fall off the chair.
And, you know, it's amazing. All year long, we've talked about Wisconsin's non-conference schedule. We talked about their schedule not having played anyone. And when it's all said and done, if you're in Wisconsin right now, you have what you want. You beat Ohio State, you're in the playoffs. So all they can do is say, you know what, national media, take this. We have 1 game against a team the last time we saw them in this spot that beat us 59-0. So I think